it is pretty well known that if your subject lines suck, then your emails don't get open and then you don't make any money with your brand and email marketing, right? That's pretty well known. And I see many brands craft horrible subject lines that just simply don't get open. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over how to write and craft subject lines that actually get open so you can make the most out of your emails and don't waste your cents, right? So I'm gonna be covering the concepts to keep in mind. And also I'm gonna be sharing with you a very cool ChatGPT prompt we actually use at the agency with specific techniques that we use as well and strategies to utilize to create amazing, high converting and high opening subject lines, okay? So yeah, with that being said, let's dive right into it. So first things first, as you know, subject lines can make or break your email results. They're the first thing your audience sees, and if it doesn't grab their attention, then your email is as good as dead, basically, right? So how do you craft a subject line that makes your audience want to click? First things first is, if you can, get personals. And I'm not just talking about only using the first name. You can try using order numbers, item sizing, last names as well. That's a pretty cool one if you can. If you're collecting last names, especially for purchasers, you can actually use that in your subject line, which is great. Second concept is segmentation. Make sure you're sending emails to an engaged segment, of course. If you're blasting emails to a bunch of uninterested folks and just your unengaged people, unengaged audience who never open your emails, you're just spinning your wheels and also destroying your deliverability, right? That's pretty well known as well. Third thing is keep your emails relevant. So as I mentioned before, segmentation is extremely important. It's the secret sauce. So make sure the content you send is actually relevant to the segment you're targeting, right? Sending out of context email is a surefire way to make your audience feel like they're just another number. So for example, if you're sending it depends, but let's say you're sending the same email to purchasers and non-purchasers, then that's typically not the right idea, because with non-purchasers, you want to focus on the benefits of your product and just what makes your product better, right? And social proof, etc. Right? So make sure the segment you're targeting is relevant. Fourth is your subject line. And I would say this is the biggest one as in this entire list of concepts, is your subject line is your headline. It is not a summary of your email's content, right? And that's a huge mistake I see many marketers making, email marketers specifically. Your subject line's job is to entice people to open your emails, so try to pique their curiosity. Your email sells the click in most cases, and your landing page, your product page, whatever, does the actual selling. Okay? Final concept is you just need to mix it up. You can try pattern breaking techniques. So for example, take a look at your competitors. If you see they're doing something specific, then do the total opposite. So let's say, for example, you can actually use capitalization. So let's say your competitors are using primarily lowercase. You can use uppercase. Okay? Same thing with emojis. You can use emojis now and then, depends on your branding guidelines and what your actual brand looks like, but that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good strategy to send out, right? Finally, we've got length. So if you see, again, your competitors using like very short subject lines, you can try a longer one in general, right? So mix it up and just have fun with it. Now, let me share with you I shouldn't share this with you, to be honest, it's too much sauce, but this is the actual prompt we use at the agency to come up with very good subject lines and preview text, right? So you can just ask ChatGPT or Claude as well. That's another big one as well that we use. We actually prefer Claude over ChatGPT, but that's another whole story. You can use this prompt right here. Come up with 20 subject lines and 20 preview text ideas for the email below. Make them 4 to 7 words long. The main goal of these subject lines and preview text is to entice people to open the email. Be witty, be creative, evoke curiosity. The preview text should always be an extension of the subject line. The name of the product should not be mentioned in the subject lines or preview text. If your email copy or your email is about a specific product, of course. The tone should be human and non-generic. Be creative. Here are some techniques to utilize. So these are actually some techniques you can utilize, not specifically for this prompt right here, but just to keep in mind. So ask a jarring question or intriguing question. Say a bold statement. use numbers or statistics, say something ridiculous, nonsensical, make them clickbaity, make them stand out more in the reader's inbox, make them attention grabbing, resonate with a specific target audience that you have, leverage the customer pain points, leverage the product benefits, and then email, and then you paste your email copy right here. And then this is gonna spit out very solid subject lines with this specific prompt right here. And then you can play around with the results. Again, really important to write great subject lines. You can actually A/B test your subject lines and see which specific formats or angles tend to resonate more with your audience. Okay, and also play around with your timing as well. For example, if you're saying morning time, try to A/B test evening or late afternoon as well, and then you can see a higher open rates in those times potentially. So that's pretty much it for this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 100K per month right now, and you want a high performing email marketing team with a bunch of testimonials to back up our performance, feel free to reach out to me. A link to my scheduler is in the description box below. We can go over your Klaviyo account, put together a specific plan of attack and audit, and see if we can collaborate together and see if it actually makes sense financially for you as well. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.